Hey everyone and welcome back to this channel. Today I'm showing you how to install an Evotech Performance Radiator Guard for your CB1000 Hornet. Mine is an SP, but it's the same on the normal one. As you can see, this is the black rivet that you're going to need later on. First off, the tools. You're going to need a 5mm Allen socket, very basic, and a flat screwdriver, and that's it, guys. First step is you take your flat screwdriver and you have to push out this little black rivet, this push pin that's in there. Just simply push the center of it, and then you're gonna have to wiggle these plastics around to get it out. So that might be a bit of a hassle, but it's not that hard. Here it is. That's what it looks like. And then put it aside so we don't lose it. And of course the same on the other side of the bike. There it is. And we put it here. Next part is you take your 5mm and you remove these silver bolts that are on the side of this little fairing. Please subscribe if you liked this video and it helped you out. It helps me out as well, so it's a win-win for both of us. Make sure not to scratch or damage your fairing while doing so. As you can see, the side panel is now loose, and now it's a bit of a, you gotta wiggle it a bit because it is clicked in on the side of the bike with these little like push pins, I'd say, on the inside of this little fairing. So make sure not to bend it or be too hard with it. Just be gentle. As you can see, just a little wiggle. You have to push it out a bit. Don't use much force on these. You don't want to damage them. And there we go. The other side is also off. Yeah, your bolts. Keep them in a place where you can find them, because you don't want to be that guy. Trust me, I've been there. Now, next up, when you look on the inside here, you can see these two black bolts. They have to come out as well. It's the same 5mm Allen socket that you have to use. So just remove these. Go. And you have to make sure that this part is loose. Don't try to yank it off. It can stay on there. It just has to be loose, because later on the radiator guard is going to fit on the inside of this part. Yeah, see? Just has to be loose. That's it. Very simple. Two black bolts on each side. Put them aside. Now the next step is to take your radiator guard, of course. And as I said, you have to put it on the inside of this little side fairing here, because you have to align the holes to put the black bolts back in. You just use the same OEM black bolts. As you can see right here, you got to align these two parts so your radiator fits in between, your radiator guard, sorry, fits in between the actual radiator and this side fairing. Now what I like to do is, as you can see, you have to align these, and then I just put the lowest bolt in them, the lowest of the two, so that it just stays on the bike for right now, so that the other side doesn't fall off, you know. So next step is to fasten these two lower black bolts. And then put the upper bolt in. As you can see, you might have to wiggle some things on the upper side as well. It has to be aligned. You have to make sure that these holes are aligned so that everything fits properly as it's supposed to fit. Anytime that you tighten any of these bolts when it comes to fairings or whatever, or these radiator guards, you have to make sure that it is snug, but it's not too tight. You don't want to over torque these bolts. I can't give you a specific torque number here, but just go by feel. If it's okay, it's okay. It's fine. You don't have to put extra pressure on it. Now, this next part is a bit annoying. You have to put the side fairing back on, this little plastic. And as you can see on the inside, you have these little parts here on the plastic themselves that kind of latch on or hook on to the side of the fairing on your bike. And it's really a bit of a hassle. There is a certain trick to it, I guess, like you have to make sure they're aligned. I've tried different ways. It wasn't super easy. But it's either that you start from the bottom or from the top of this little plastic fairing and just try to push it in. Don't use too much force. You don't want to crack this or do any damage. You have to be gentle with it. And when it's fine, you'll hear a little click that it clicks into the slot, and then it's good. But yeah, please guys, take your time with this. You don't want to rush it. And once it's as you can see, it doesn't move anymore. It's clicked in. You're good to go. And then of course, the same OEM silver bolts, the same 5mm Allen socket. You just put them back in and you torque them down. Same thing applies here. Don't put too much pressure on them. If they're fastened, it's fine. Don't go any further. You don't want to break anything here. Same on the other side. Like I said, it really depends on how you want to do it. I think everyone can find their own little style on how to do this their own way. But whatever you do, you have to make sure that you don't use too much pressure and you're not too aggressive with this, because yeah, it's better to take your time. So this side is done as well. Put in the silver bolts again. There we go. Just torquing it down, and then make sure that it's aligned, you know, that it really fits on the inside of the bike. That way you're sure that it's on there properly. Like you don't, if you see gaps or whatever, you didn't do it correctly. So you can always take it off and restart again, but it really has to be aligned nicely. That's what you want. Now, the final step is to put these little rivets back into their place. Now, I did have a bit of a, well, not really an issue with it, but I was just being dumb. It's been a long time since I've worked with these black rivets, with these push pin rivets. And what you actually have to do is you have to slide the outer part back in. And then it just, it fastens itself if you push it in. Now, I did it another way. It was a bit more work. It's a bit of a stupid labor what I did here, but it works as well. Is you just put them in normally. It's not going to attach to anything, but then you take your flat screwdriver. You can reach it from the inside, by the way. That's what I'm doing right here. You can just reach the inside of this fairing to touch the pin of the black rivet. And then you just keep the side of the little, I'm gonna say, head of this rivet in place with your flat screwdriver, and just push the pin in its place. That's how I did it. But as I said, you know, the way to go with these rivets is you push them through all the way, and then if you put them in, they're gonna fasten themselves. But as you can see here a bit better, I just hold on to the side of this little head of this rivet, and then with my other hand I just push it through until it clicks in and until it's fastened, because you don't want these to be loose. And yeah, that's it. Now you're all done. Your Evotech Radiator Guard is installed, and your CB1000 Hornet is protected from road debris and damage and whatever. A Radiator Guard is always a necessary upgrade. It's one of the first things I always do to a motorcycle, and in fact it was the first thing I did on this one as well. So yeah, that's what it looks like. Okay, so this is a before and after, the same as on the thumbnail. That's what it looks like. I hope this video helped you guys to install this Radiator Guard. Now, this part is by far the hardest part of this whole installation. Take your time with it. You have to make sure these the black pins are in place. Really, you have to take your time with this. You don't want to crack it. You don't want to damage it. Next up is going to be a video on how to install an Evotech tail tidy, and then I also have another video planned on a CRG Aero mirrors and Rhino Moto bar ends. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.